Hello, and welcome to RPNAO's Self-Care series. This is Module 3 of Physical Well-Being in the Self-Care series. This module will focus on sleep, the importance of sleep, and how to make improvements to your sleep. Our agenda for this session will include a discussion on understanding what sleep is and why sleep is important. We will then review how you can improve your sleep. Sleep is something we all do every day. It is the natural reoccurring state where the body and mind rests. In an anabolic state which allows for a restoration of the immune system, muscular, skeletal, and nervous system. When individuals do not get adequate sleep, it impedes the ability of the brain to develop, to formulate creative new ideas, and focus. Your circadian rhythm is also your sleep-wake cycle. It responds to the individual's environmental lighting, whether it is dark or light. When it's dark, the brain signals your hypothalamus telling your brain it's time for sleep. At this time, melatonin is released, which is the sleep hormone. This is why it is difficult for shift workers like nurses. There are also two different types of sleep. The first is non-rapid eye movement, also known as quiet sleep. This is when the body supplies blood to the muscles along with tissue growth and repairs at an increased rate, replenishing energy. Also during this time, hormones are released, vital developments, and growth. The second type is rapid eye movement, also known as active sleep. This is the time when dreaming occurs. The brain is active while the body is immobile. Breathing and heart rate are irregular. There are also recommendations for the amount of hours of sleep one requires based on age category. For example, with newborns, it is crucial to sleep and eat, as this is necessary for developmental growth that happens, including brain development and physical bone growth. For the young adult, and senior, the brain creates memories, and in these categories, not as much sleep is required. However, as you can see in the chart, as people age in the seniors category, the demand for sleep can start to increase. You are able to follow along in this chart and align your age category to find how many hours are appropriate for your age and what is not recommended. Sleep can be difficult for healthcare providers. This is due to several specific factors that influence their sleep, which include shift work. People who work an ongoing night shift, for example from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., require the body to adapt to sleeping during daylight hours and being awake and alert during the night. Although it is possible to adjust one's schedule to sleep during the daytime, the ability to sleep solidly is often a big challenge, and for the majority of people, their internal clock is set to be awake during the daytime. Their circadian alerting system is at the lowest point. The urge to go to sleep is extremely strong. Having a long day. Think about having a long day at work where you had few breaks or experiencing a stressful situation. This can impact your sleep, as your mind is constantly active. As nurses, it is a familiar situation to have difficult falling asleep when your mind continually reviews your experiences. Pain and other medical conditions, as if you have chronic pain, it can be difficult to sleep since you're feeling the pain. Caffeine can also contribute, especially before going to bed, as caffeine wakes you up and keeps you alert when the body is alert. It won't go to sleep at a time when your mind needs to be relaxed. Also, environmental lighting and sounds can be other factors that impact sleep. Being exposed to bright lights can disrupt the brain by thinking it's daytime, while loud noises arouse the brain. Lastly, the sleep environment can also impact sleep. Together with those impacts, researchers have also identified an impact of lack of adequate sleep on both learning and memory. When we are sleep deprived, our focus, attention, and vigilance drift, making it more difficult to receive information without adequate sleep and rest. Overworked neurons can no longer function to coordinate information properly, and we lose our ability to access previously learned information. This impacts our decision making and can lead to an increase in errors. Furthermore, not having adequate sleep can result in GI system effects. It is shown through by when there is an increase in stress, there can be also loss of appetite which occurs, or an increase in appetite. This of course leads to disruption in the GI system. Working shift work is a common practice in the healthcare environment. That being said, shift work is said to impact physical, mental, and safety performance. As a result, our goal as healthcare providers it is to provide optimal care. However, studies have shown that long-term night shifts have been associated with certain disease processes, correlated to a lack of sleep. With a disruption to our delicate circadian rhythm, it can cause physical, mental, and safety issues. In addition, it has been shown that nurses are less likely to sleep the full amount of sleep the body requires, which contributes to an overall sleep debt. When one is working night shifts, it is going against one's natural biological clock, cueing you to become less alert and encouraging you to sleep during the nighttime hours. Here, the mental well being of an individual can be impacted due to the irregularity of work hours in a shift work schedule. As a result, these factors can slow down your reaction time, and one may not think as quickly or respond and problem solve as well. One's concentration may be reduced, and it can become harder to focus and stay on task. Each are vital components a nurse must be able to do in order to be able to provide optimal, safe, and effective care. You can also work towards enhancing your sleep with shift work by avoiding long commutes and extended hours. Take short naps breaks throughout the shift. Work with others to help keep you alert. Try to be active during breaks. Drink a caffeinated beverage, coffee, or tea to help maintain alertness during the shift. Night shift workers are most sleepy around the time 4 or 5 a.m. Exchange ideas with your colleagues on ways to cope with the problems of shift work. Set up a support group at work so that you can discuss these issues and learn from each other. Studies have shown sleep is a crucial part of an individual's life, and is shown to impact health in areas such as heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, obesity, and gastrointestinal diseases. With that being said, there are several benefits to obtaining adequate amounts of sleep. It could include having better level of energy, alertness, and functionality. As here, we may begin to acknowledge that at a certain level of poor sleep, we may feel worse. However, we feel more alert, energetic, happier, and better able to function when one has a good night of sleep. This helps us to identify why sleep might be necessary. Also, increase in mood changes with level of happiness and mental status can also affect sleep. Sometimes anxiety can increase agitation and arousal, which can also make it hard to sleep. Individuals under constant stress or who have abnormally exaggerated responses to stress tend to have more sleep problems. In addition, an improved memory function can result with adequate sleep, as we all think best when we are well rested. A clear and alert brain allows one to focus, learn, remember information, and be creative. However, when we are tired, we may make more mistakes and are less productive. It also improves learning as it enhances the learning process and development of problem solving skills. You may also find you are functioning at a minimum effectiveness and are unmotivated to do certain tasks, in particular, work that requires great deal. This can lead to impaired judgment and decreased memory. There are various strategies you can use to help improve your sleep. During periods where you are able to receive natural light or bright light during the day, it helps keep your circadian rhythm healthy. This improves daytime energy and has an impact on the quality and duration of sleep. However, sometimes it can be difficult to obtain natural sunlight when working various shift work, specifically 12-hour shifts. Attempt to use some of the following other strategies to assist you in improving your sleep routine. Exercise during the day. Reduce exposure to bright lights prior to bed, such as by avoiding the use of electronic devices an hour before bedtime. This is important as light stimulation has an impact on your circadian rhythm. Now, if you have more light stimulation prior to bed, it tricks your brain into thinking it is still daytime. This reduces hormones like melatonin, which help you relax and go into deep sleep. Also, reduce your caffeine consumption later in the day, as caffeine stimulates your nervous system and may have an effect on the natural relaxation at night. In addition to this, attempt to reduce the amount of liquids in general that are consumed before bedtime, as this will prevent you from waking up during the night to go to the bathroom. Try to also incorporate a regular sleep schedule. A study noted that participants who had irregular sleeping patterns reported poor sleep as it alerts their circadian rhythm. You can also try to create a peaceful bedroom environment and note factors such as temperature, noise, external lights, and furniture arrangements when attempting to create your peaceful environment. Lastly, utilize apps that can assist you in your sleep routine. RPNAO has reviewed several apps such as Headspace, which has recordings that can help you relax. When using apps like this before bed, ensure you do not contradict your intentions to helping you sleep by getting distracted with other apps that will reduce your sleep. Apps are great tools to help with creating a sleep schedule to find what works for you, or to help create a peaceful environment to assist you to sleep. Some categories of apps to consider include meditation apps, relaxing melodies, as this helps with calming the body and focusing towards the sound of the music. This distracts you from your surroundings and can create a distraction by helping the body focus on relaxation. And finally, sleep tracking apps, which can aid in determining if you're getting enough sleep. Are you snoring during the night or even waking up in the middle of the night? These are all helpful tools to improve your sleep. On the European website, under the Self-Care for Nurses tab, there are self-care app reviews which have been tested by RPNs. You may have to try a few to determine which works best for you, as everyone has a preferred way to relax, and what works for one person may not work for another.